Good morning and welcome to day one of the 2015 TMS College Table Tennis Championships. I'm Joe Wells here in beautiful Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Up on the table right now, we're going to have women's doubles quarterfinals number 2. We have Sylan and Tran of UC Berkeley versus Sherafati and MP Teruya of Washington University. Later on today, I'm going to be joined by Adam Barbaro and Han Shao. Right now, we've had women's quarterfinals doubles match number 1 just ended, where Ariel Shing and of Princeton University defeated their opponents from Texas. We've got a nice layout here on this championship going on so far. We've actually have a lot of matches going on in the outer courts happening in the men's preliminary singles rounds. Sherafati and Teruya of Washington University. Later on today.
You're going to receive your heavy choice of hands. Oh. Yeah. They're choosing this end. Who is going to serve first? Okay, Juan is going to serve first, and you're going to. Cool. I'm sorry. Cool. I'll do my best. Cool. Cool. I'll do my best. Cool is going to serve first, and Arefeh is going to. Sherafati is going to receive. Okay.
The umpire for this opening match is Linda Leaf. Linda's also an NCTTA volunteer as a regional director. She's been here many years helping us out, and we're excited to be here this year. We've got a lot of new things happening on this year's tournament. We've got new sponsors. We're excited to have Yola in place as our table sponsors. Doublefish is the ball sponsor. TMS International is back with us again for another year of supporting this event. Visit Eau Claire. Floor has been kind enough to support us with the flooring that you're going to be seeing this weekend, the lovely TerraFlex flooring. And we also have a nutritional beverage sponsor, PepPod. They can be visited on the web at www.peppod.com. Excited to be here this year. We've got a lot of new things happening on this year's tournament. We've got new sponsors. We're excited to have Yola in place as our table sponsors. Doublefish is the ball sponsor. TMS International is back with us again for another year of supporting this event. As I said, your floor has been kind enough to support us with the flooring that you're going to be seeing this weekend. The lovely TerraFlex flooring. And we also in 5 minutes. And underway, the team of Sylan and Tran of UC Berkeley to serve. UC Berkeley, obviously the most experienced of the pairings here on this number 2 quarterfinal match. These ladies are looking to come off a very strong 2014 tournament, not only in doubles, but also as a women's team. And a nice exchange there. UC Berkeley leads 5-3 in this opening game. The parent from the University of Washington, new to college table tennis. Excuse me, that's Washington University at St. Louis. And Teruya there with a side underspin serve. Sets up her opponent nicely, but she drives that forehand long. UC Berkeley takes the opening game. They lead 1-0 here in the second women's quarterfinals doubles match. Sets up her opponent nicely, but she drives that forehand long. UC Berkeley takes the opening game. They lead 1-0 here in the second women's quarterfinal doubles match. Leaf calls time. We're here ready for game number 2. Sherafati and Teruya need to come up with something quick. Anyone knows that when you're playing in table tennis, you can lose focus quickly, and it's early this morning. A lot of these participants, unfortunately, were delayed coming out of the Chicago area, so some people didn't get in until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and had to get up really early to get these 9 o'clock matches underway. And Sherafati lobs one up there on that serve that Sylan missed short.
Calls time we hear ready for game number 2. Sherafati and Teruya need to come up with something quick. Anyone knows that when you're playing in table tennis, you can lose focus quickly, and it's early this morning. A lot of these participants, unfortunately, were delayed coming out of the Chicago area, so some people didn't get in until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and had to get up really early to get these 9 o'clock matches underway.
It looked like the pairing from Washington University of St. Louis is off to a really good start here in game number 2. They lead 3-1.
It lobs one up there on that serve that Sylan missed short.
There they get a free point off that serve there. And it looks like it's the same serve that Erica Wu took long. Wu to serve, down 1-5.
Off to a really good start here in game number 2. They lead 3-1.
Silvengual takes that forehand, drives it back deep as the serve was a little high and long. Easy for her to place right back down the middle of the court.
And it looks like it's the same serve that Erica Wu took long.
Looks like Berkeley's been giving away a lot of free points here on service return. They're down already 3-8.
Silverwall takes that forehand, drives it back deep as the serve was a little high and long. Easy for her to place right back down the middle of the court. Looks like Berkeley's been giving away a lot of.
And what was a nice lead for the ladies from Washington University of St. Louis has now been narrowed to 6-8. And just like that, Berkeley ties it up 8-all in game number 2. Sherafati to serve. And all too often we see as things go a little tight sometimes in these doubles matches, these ladies just go to a safe and comfortable pushing game. A lot of people start to go away from their strengths and driving the ball. And just like that, it looks like Teruya tightened up, drove that forehand long. What was a 7-3 lead has turned into a 10-8 deficit for the Washington University St. Louis team here. Silvengual to serve at 10-8. And just like that, Berkeley comes back, takes game number 2, 11-8.
Our next match on table 2 is the women's doubles quarterfinals match. From Texas Wesleyan University, Anastasia Rivka and Carolina Kajihara. From University of Michigan, Yayun Gao and Shun Sun. Our umpire, Randy Kendall.
the ladies are coming out of their timeout once again. Sherafati and Teruya taking their time, trying to think about what got them to the early lead in game number 2, and maybe they can duplicate that here in game number 3. Sylvan Gual, UC Berkeley to serve. And nice topspin drive down the line. Teruya just couldn't handle that return.
And the ladies are coming out of their timeout once again. Sherafati and Teruya taking their time.
It looks like Sylvan Gual had the right idea there. She just whiffed that ball, but it was the perfect setup, deep, high underspin ball to loop back.
Sylvan Gual, UC Berkeley to serve.
I have a question. There's one guy that somebody called me that showed up late, but I'd like to play the match if possible because he's already here. Can I default him? Yeah. So the referee
Nice topspin drive.
And a beautiful exchange from the ladies there. The ladies of Washington University of St. Louis. They're up 4-2 here in game number 3.
and that would be okay.
Teruya to serve.
Looks like Sylvan Gual had the right idea there. She just
No,
whiffed
from
that
upstairs.
ball, but it was
Yeah.
a perfect setup, deep, high underspin.
Once again, UC Berkeley's tied it up here in game 3. Just like that, the lead that Washington University of St. Louis did have quickly squandered. Oh, and an unlucky neg bounce there. Sherafati puts up the hand politely to apologize, but knowing that she has no intentions of getting those points back. And again, Teruya drives a backhand wide and long. It's 8-all, Sylvan Gual to serve. UC Berkeley is looking to close out this third quarterfinal match here. We finally got action out on table number 2, pairing from Texas Wesleyan versus the University of Michigan. But we're in a tight one here on table number 1. Sherafati to serve. The ladies of Washington University have closed in on their first game point of the match. Just trying to collect themselves. And the ladies of Washington University at St. Louis take their first game of this third quarterfinals match here in women's doubles. If you're just tuning in, I'm Joe Wells. This is day one of the 2015 TMS College Table Tennis Championships.
Time.
Game 4 underway. Teruya and Sherafati should have settled into this match now. They're finally on the board, trailing 1-2. Sherafati to serve. And a miscue on that return, but an even bigger mishit on the reply. UC Berkeley leads 2-0. Sylvan Gual to serve, up 2-1 in this third women's quarterfinals doubles match. And a nice drive with a forehand right down the line deposited, opening Sherafati up. Team of Washington University of St. Louis trail 2-3 in game 4. An unlucky net goes long. Erica Wu to serve. And again, Teruya drives that forehand right off the top of the net and it sails long. Sherafati trying to settle her teammate into this match, knowing that they could be going home in a matter of moments. And a nice soft top spin to the open court by Sylvan Gual. Too much for that team to handle. And a beautiful backhand loop to the open court by Erica Wu. UC Berkeley up 7-3 here in game number 4. And it appears Washington University of St. Louis wants to take a timeout. Surely don't want to let this game get too far away from them. Like I said, if you're watching this, you've probably gone to our championships website. We have a lot of interesting things going on this year. We've got a bracket challenge that you all can sign up for at home. Look for that on the championships page. We're going to have some interviews later with some new sponsors and past champions and new faces this year at the championships. And Berkeley feeling very comfortable in a topspin exchange there. Fortunately, this takes that ball long, but you can see as they have the lead, they're seeing the finish line is near, so they're playing a little bit more loose. Side underspin long that Teruya takes long. She's up to serve 4-8 in game number 4 here in this third women's quarterfinal match. Sylan drives that topspin into the bottom of the net. And an unlucky bounce for the Washington University team. Erica Wu to serve with match point 10-5. And another beautiful open court topspin side. Sylvan Gual. The women of UC Berkeley take it 3-1 here in this third women's quarterfinals match. Up next on table number 1 will be Ariel Xing and Erica Wu of Princeton University versus Stephanie Sun and Ying Ni of Duke University. I'm Joe Wells, and you're watching day 1 of the TMS College Table Tennis Championships.